Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. His name is Jimmy the Bag. My name is Peter Loshak. This is Loshak and the Bag Show. Monday afternoon, the second show of the week for April 23rd. An interesting time of the sports betting season. Of course, always very interesting to break down these NBA and NHL playoff games. I find that deeper into the series, when like game 6, 5, 6, 7s can be very tough. And of course, at this point in the MLB season, usually some people are off to nice hot starts, surprisingly hot, nice starts, or concerningly shitty starts. The former would be Jim. The latter would be me, but, I'm hoping that going forward, I'll be able to pick it up in MLB. Jim, you got a lot of plays going in MLB tonight, right?
Not that many, and I lost the over in the White Sox game with the pitching change.
Right.
Not that many, although I do think in the morning, I think very clearly, and I think one of the things that has hurt me is some of my afternoon picks. So I was very thankful to have capped everything in the morning, then I'm able to just stick with the plays. But I tell you what, I like my basketball plays more than any other play I have
tonight.
Yeah,
you only got one.
Oh no,
you got two. Really?
I like
them that much.
I really like them.
No shit.
Now that I know me being confident does not just equate to cash.
No shit.
But I really like it.
Rich Bank saying turn up the volume. Is the volume low? Is the volume low? Is the volume low, baby?
Yeah, they're all asking if their hearing's going.
Is the volume low? You got to turn that volume up. You got it real up? Yeah. You can't turn it even a little bit higher? Hello? Check 1, 2, 3. It's good. It's good.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll do whatever we can here. All right. Hopefully it'll be okay. Joseph Tucker says about to be on my way to the Yankees game. Hopefully Tanaka doesn't fuck us. That is a very interesting game that we will talk about.
Yeah. What a fun game to go to, man. Enjoy yourselves. God, that'd be fun. Richard West says Jimmy, since he's the play today, don't fall for the trap. Two things. One, I didn't. Well, I don't think I did. I have the under. But two, I've heard that there's a 10% chance that game goes.
Which one?
The Cincinnati.
Oh, really? That's going to get that's going to get canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Hugh Jerection says Larry fixed it. I'll be damned. It's actually Adrienne, but that's okay. That's okay. Yes. Thank you. Very, very, very nice. Oh, Native Queen says sounds good to me. Tony Soprano coming in here with a 5-dime play on the Blue Jackets, Jim. That is one of your plays, right, Jim?
Yeah. No,
okay.
I feel that, man. I feel that. I mean, they outplayed Washington. They clearly outplayed them, and losing 3 overtime games in a row, and I just don't think it can.
Annie Maroc says, Jimmy, loved you on Marketology today, my man. I'm about to be the new face of SBR. What's he talking about?
I did a little Marketology.
Did you really? And what did you do? What did they say? They said, how the fuck are you doing so well in MLB? How the fuck are you doing so well in NHL? What did they...
thank God I had such a strong regular season, because if you just saw me over the last few weeks with my playoff picks, you'd think I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. But basically, I just bigged up our low bag chat, man. The low bag chat is I feel like it's the reason why I'm so successful, because now obviously it's going to be very difficult to keep a 9.1% ROI in MLB, but and I likened it to people who did improv classes, or anyone's ever done improv, that you don't think of anything funny, you just listen.
Yes.
You listen.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, working with these guys, just fucking listen. Like my man Brant Hunt here. Goddamn, he's so hot. He was the guy I was talking was white hot in NBA.
Yes.
And I listen. When these guys tell me what they think, I listen and listen, fucking listen. And he says my Houston first half low-hanging fruit. Says I fucking love that play, Jimmy. I really like these basketball plays. Although I haven't had great luck in the first quarter, I'm just So
if I was going to start listening, I would be listening and hearing that the Houston Rockets first half is a great play. Is that an example of what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Huh. Interesting. I'm going to look into this listening concept. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to look into this a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm an obsessive compulsive narcissist, so that means that I don't listen to anyone. Maybe I'll say, no, I'm kidding around. I'm not. Yeah, listen, I thought I was listening too. I just maybe I'm just not as native. Maybe I'll add listening to on the list of things I'm fucking shitty at.
No.
Unbelievable.
Thomas Lathan again is because we seem to do quite a good job when we narrow it down to one play. He's asking if we could continue doing that at the end of our show.
Yes.
My man Rich Banks saying, I'll admit the low bag show has even sharpened my tool shed.
Yes, and actually, I will say this in all seriousness. I used to talk about this all the time about listening. When I would do a lot more one-on-ones with professional handicappers, I would start to get a very good sense of the kinds of things that they did that were right and the kinds of things that they did that were wrong. And when I would do videos with them, I would be like, listen, I've done videos with you for a long time. This is the kind of thing that you're right about. This is the kind of thing that you tend not to be right about, and you're absolutely right, Jimmy the Bag. Listening, very important. Yes. Somehow it has not quite worked out. Well, I think that maybe there's nothing that can save me in NBA. NHL has been great, and MMA obviously great, and MLB.
It's early.
Yeah, I think it's just I just have a bad tendency of just identifying bad plays and then tripling up on them and then screwing my whole overall ROI with that. You know what I'm saying? I've had some good calls, you know?
It's very early. 4 weeks from now, we could be completely switch spots. So I'm thankful to be off to a good start. In no way. I'm thankful, and I'm just going to continue using these great cappers in our chat. And if I repeat it over and over and over again,
yes,
it's because I know that's why I'm having a better start.
And here you go. Al Mac says, that's how I feel about you, Pete. Listening to you every day is maybe such a better sports better. Thank you so much, Al Mac. And actually, this is actually true. Like on Wall Street and everywhere where investments are involved, the people who are the actual traders and the people who give the actual advice are actually separate people, and it's because they do tend to be separate skill sets. Like, just because you're good at doing research and giving good advice does not mean that you'll necessarily be good at taking good actions, and vice versa. So they are actually separate skill sets everywhere, not just in sports betting, in all areas of investing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, it's a mistake for one capper, I think. Now, I know we understand the business, but I think it's a mistake for one capper just to think that they're above everybody else. This is how we know 2%, supposedly 2% of accounts make money. How do we get in that 2%? And it's by working together.
Yeah, you know, and it really is true. You just got to keep that in mind, that analyzing something and giving advice that is valuable is different from being an active trader and making active positive EV, because there's psychological issues that can get in their way. And it's well, we can talk about this a lot more, but I used to know a lot of people when I was in New York who worked on Wall Street. It was kind of a lot of quant guys, you know what I'm saying? A lot of quant guys, and it was very interesting to hear what they would all have to say. Yeah, and in fact, I'm kind of like one of those, the best hitting coaches in baseball are not the guys who are not the Barry Bondses and the guys who come out and just do it naturally. It's the guys who hit like 198 and learned every little trick and advantage that there is, and they can teach those edges to other people. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Yeah, I agree completely.
Yes.
Completely. Thomas Lathan, not the only one. Also, our man Jim Tobleson asking about the horses action. I will be doing my own show next week. We have to wait to see what the post positions are. That's just so important with the Kentucky Derby. But yes, we will be hitting it very, very hard.
Okay, very, very nice. All right, should we move on?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's move on to MLB. Let's see, what do we have here? MLB, of course. So people were saying that the Cincinnati game is probably not going to go off, right, Jim?
Yes, but well, I mean that's what I've heard. I've heard everybody saying in the chat right now can help us with that. They've said that it's not going to be rolling.
Yeah. All right. So Jim took the first half under, which I would agree with, and that has since gotten bet significantly down. Oh no, not really. Oh wow, look at that. It's now 4.5 minus 110 at Bet Online, so it came back up a little bit. All right, we'll see if that line, if that game goes off. But I have Atlanta second half. Jim has the first half under, and that's it for that one. Minnesota Yankees. I passed on that one. Jim did jump on Minnesota at plus 185. Moved a little bit against him. It's now plus 192 at bookmakers. So the best line would be plus 192 there. Cleveland-Baltimore game we both passed on. We both passed on that one. Oakland, Texas, we both bit on Oakland. I took Oakland -1. I took Oakland on the second half. Jim took Oakland just on the money line, and we both believe that Moore might struggle here, even though his last few starts have been a little bit better. Angels in Houston, a lot of people in the morning show were suggesting that the under might be a good play there. Jim and I both passed on that one. White Sox, Seattle. Jim did like the over until the pitching changed, so that pick got canceled. Jim took his usual alternative run line on the San Diego, Colorado game. He got plus 265 at at Bet365, and I actually took San Diego on the second half at plus 100. And if the second half cashes at Colorado, the alternative run line is probably something that cashes. So I should probably be on the alternative run line as well. Miami Dodgers, we didn't get to, and Washington San Francisco. Jim took the over, I took the under, and I also took the second half under, and I also took the Nats on the second half as well. We'll see how Stratton does if he can continue to be good, and if Gonzalez can continue to be solid despite some control issues. And that's the MLB card for you. Jimmy the Bag, any plays you want to take back? Any plays you want to add? What do you want to do here?
No, but I'm interested in what the chat is saying. Native Queen, hoping the game isn't rained out, has Atlanta to score first in that game. And then Ace was saying, look at the money coming in on the Orioles. Really, I'm surprised to hear that.
Where is that?
In the Carrasco-Gausman.
Someone might be out. That one opened at about plus 200 market wide. Now plus 159 at Pinnacle. So definitely between. Let me see what it was in the morning show. Yeah, in the morning it was about plus 180 or so. So yeah, it's a big 20-cent line move on Baltimore. That's definitely interesting. I mean, Gausman has not been that bad. Cleveland, Baltimore's been terrible against righties, but Cleveland has not been that great either. And I can certainly see that. This is MLB. There's a lot of variance involved, and probably just as great as Carrasco has been, Cleveland should not be that big of a favorite right now. I can see that.
Yeah, when I see a young pitcher like Gausman, who I've seen pitch very well before, when I hear him saying, "I've altered my delivery," I'm more confident in this start, I believe him. When I hear a veteran say, like Zimmerman last year, who says, I've gone to the other side of the rubber, I think he's fucked. I think he's completely going to get lit up. So when I see a younger guy like this with a delivery change, I would expect Gausman to have an okay start.
Yeah. I mean, then you could maybe think that the under might be a good play, which I wouldn't. That was about 8. Let's see. Kobe Valentine says dog day today in MLB. Peace Max 1 Skags. The Yanks are the play tonight. Tanaka will bounce back against Odorizzi.
Well, I mean, the market's telling us that as well. Nice to have Peace Max 1 Skags back with us, man.
And Native Queen says first 5 Atlanta, Yankees, and Cleveland. I'm not sure if she means first 5 only with Atlanta and then full game money line with Yankees and Cleveland, or if she means first 5s for all 3. But Native Queen says first 5 Atlanta. Clearly, that means first 5 Atlanta, and then Yankees and Cleveland. That could mean. What would you assume that means? Would you assume that means first 5 for all 3, or would you assume that means full game money line on Yankees and Cleveland?
When I first read it, I thought it was first 5 for all 3.
That's what I would think as well. That's kind of interesting that she's taking the Yankees on the first 5 as a massive, massive favorite there. That means she either thinks Tanaka's going to have a big bounce back or Odorizzi's going to get pounded. Minus 110 Nostra Tota. I like Tanaka. I ride or die with him. I'm wrong a lot. There you go. There you go. Nostra Tota being definitely. Oh, wait a minute. Did he change his name? He changes to Nostra T. Is that an imposter? No. Minus 110 Nostra T.
Is that an imposter?
Is that possibly an imposter? We don't know. That's the one problem with yes, and the Native Queen says F5 for all. F5 for all. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? Nicholas Bowden says Cleveland turned the corner on Tito's birthday yesterday. Time to start riding this team. Cleveland over 5 tonight. Wow.
He might be bang on.
You think so?
He might be bang. Now, I'm not going to do it with just them being such a big favorite, although the line has changed.
Yeah.
But I think... Oh, and then Ziggy Ball says Indians could be a trap tonight. I think that we have to find the right pitcher, like Clevenger, whom I've supported, and I know Kobe didn't like the eye test with his mechanics, and other people chimed in that they didn't either. But those are the pitchers that we need to take advantage of, because we're not going to get value with Carrasco or Kluber or any of these guys. How do we make money?
I don't know about Kluber. What did I tell you about Kluber? And remember last game, and people were like, Peter, don't do it. Peter, don't do it. They did win 6-1. Now, I'm not going to take that one game as a Kluber, as I've said, is in that category. He might be the only guy. There's usually only one guy in that category at any one time. He is in that category where I'm willing to take, first 5 innings, team total unders at 1.5, maybe even 1s, willing to take him as a big road favorite there. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Yeah. I'm gonna need some guidance, I think, with these big favorites. Because the only way I just simply put, I see taking them on the run line. And if you took Kluber on every start on the run line, you would have lost money.
Oh, lost money,
so
really?
far this year, just because
that's right. And last year, too. But that's what I said. Last year, I was not taking the Cleveland games. I was taking the first 5 inning team total unders First 5-inning team. Regular viewers of our show last year will remember I was taking Kluber first 5-inning team total unders even at 1.5, or sometimes the full game unders at 3 with confidence, and they would cash, Jim. And there would be a lot of games where like that would cash and Cleveland would still lose the game. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm thankful that we talked about it because I not only do I trust the Indians, but I trust their defense. So I trust their pitching staff and I trust their defense and their bullpen. Exactly. But who needs their bullpen when you're taking first 5 unders?
That's right.
So yes, I think I'm going to jump on that wagon, and I think it's it will be a nice addition because one thing I talked about today was that I feel like we talked about this on the morning show. I got a feel for the starters. It's the bullpens that I need. Still some need to learn more about. So the first 5s feel good to me, man.
Bullpens are also notoriously volatile and notoriously difficult to predict from month to month in MLB. A lot of variance in bullpens. That has been statistically proven. Kobe Valentine says Baltimore, Minnesota, Cincinnati, San Diego Angels, all money lines. I'm sure that at least 2 will hit. Okay, Baltimore, Minnesota, Cincinnati, San Diego Angels, all money line. I'm sure that at least 2 will hit. All right, let's see. What else do we have here?
Salty Dog said, be careful with Cleveland bats. Not hot yet. Native Queen, Cleveland run line. So she thinks Gausman's going to get touched and Carrasco's going to throw beautifully again. No reason not to.
Let's see. Ulysses Hayes says Cleveland under. I can certainly see that if you're thinking that Gausman's going to be good and you don't want to fade. Take Cleveland at that big of a line. Interesting shit going on. Quentin Lynch, new commenter. I haven't seen that name before. What about Cleveland full game over? Is he talking about the team total or both teams over? I mean, I don't know. I'm going to stay off that one. It's an 8. So if Carrasco is as good as always, and Carrasco has been very, very reliable, and Gausman has a strong start as well, I don't know if I'd want an over, but it is a split line, 7.5 or 8, and you can line shop around and get a better line depending.
Yeah, if I had a free play on the side, I think I'd still take the over there, but I'm not going to. And Scotty Rock just came in. Red just tweeted out, game's going to start on time. So that's good to know. All of our action is live. And I really like the first 5 under. I really do. I like that hanging a 4.5. So much so that I thought there might even be 4s. I like Fultnevich, and I loved Romano's last start. I'm a believer in this kid.
Yes. Brian Watson says Washington bats in trouble. You think that's the case, Jim?
Well, I've been saying that since the spring fiasco. What I thought Davey Martin did a shit job. But in saying that, they're dealing with a ton of injuries, so that they have a ton of excuses for why they're not hitting. But yes, they're not hitting. And one real big issue is Trey Turner is playing terribly. I mean, the guy does a lot of little things, but he's batting, I believe, like 238.
Yes.
And now that they don't have Eaton at the top of the order, Trey Turner is supposed to set the table, and he's not setting it.
Jay Peach says, lesson 1, Washington bullpen is open ass. Now, that is very disgusting, but I mean, I understand what he's trying to say, so I will address. I'm going to check my my bullpen ranking right now to see what my actual numbers say. Jay Peach, needless to say, not too high on the Washington bullpen, which is concerning. I do have Washington's second half, and I also have the second half under in this one. The Giants bats aren't any great shakes either, though, right, Jim?
Yeah, they aren't. And just a couple questions about I'll hammer that game with you, but the talk about the Baylor Pellis wait about Atlanta. Magsy is saying, Jimmy Bag, you think Braves win? What I do think is the Braves should not be this big of a favorite on the road. That's what I think more than anything else. That just doesn't make sense. So I'm just comfortably taking the first 5 under 4.5, but it's just a complete recency bias with the market. They're 12-8 this year. They're not a team that's going to end up 12-8. No Chitoda in our chat today said he expects them to lose 90 games. They should not be this big of a favorite. Back to the Giants.
According to my number, the Nationals are bullpen. I would not rate as open ass.
Yeah.
If I had to pick a couple teams that might merit that descriptor, might say Atlanta, might say the KC Royals, not the Nationals though. I think their bullpen's gotten a little bit unlucky. They're getting a lot of strikes per 9 innings. Look at this shit, Jim. Does this look like I don't follow bullpens that much? Look at my fucking look at this. Sierra, XFIP, motherfucker, ERA, BABIP, K per 9, motherfucker. I do follow bullpens here. I wouldn't rate Nationals as an open ass bullpen. Why would he be saying that? Because their ERA is so huge?
Oh, I like that.
Oh, look, Jim's like blown away. Look at this shit. Look at this motherfucking shit, Jim. Blown away. Look at this shit, Jim. Look, second half sides away. Look at this shit. 2H totals. Look at the last 14, last 30, last 7, 14. Look at this shit, Jim. Look at this shit, Jim. Now, if you did your homework like I did, you too could be down 8 units in MLB, Jim.
Oh no, with that, I know that you'll be climbing fast.
No. You too, with a spreadsheet like this, could be down single digits in MLB right now. Anyway, the point I was trying to make was I would not agree with that assessment of the Nationals bullpen. Yes, they've given up a lot of runs.
I haven't heard my man JP Chew's open ass for a while. He used to call the 49ers open ass, and it hurt me. And then we got Jimmy G, and now our over-under next year for wins is 8.5.
Interesting shit coming in. Let's see. Other comments coming in. Let's see. Line very low. Brandon James, Dodgers -1.5. Huge bet tonight. Let's see. Saramano from Mally Mal beat Atlanta last season. Perfect lineup. Yes. Man, I might jump on that one before this show is over. Todd Raymond says, Washington, I'm back. Is he talking about the Nats or is he talking about the Caps? Tell us. Be clear. Todd Raymond. That's the guy who gave us some really nice MLB picks totals a while back.
Yes, he did.
He said 2 of them, 3 of them would win, and they did.
Nice to have him. Chris Garza says the Braves are a fucking gift. So Magsy, Magsy, it's just so important to just to listen. I mean, Garza thinks they're a gift. A lot of different people. Line very low. Yeah. It's tough. Teddy B likes the Giants under, and I'm off that. I really. Stratton has looked great this year.
Yeah.
I think that if you fade Gonzalez every game this year, now this didn't work last year. He had a very good season. 2 years ago, it worked wonderfully. I think if you fade Gio Gonzalez every game this year, you will end up plus units.
King Rail says Giants 4-27 after a road game with 9 or more hits. I just learned that today. That's certainly an interesting stat. I'm definitely not high on the Giants in general right now, especially at home, I would say. Let's see. What else do we have? Dom Ricci, Giants are 1-4 after a road trip. Dom Ricci, I like the Nats and the under in San Francisco. Gio is 6-2 against the Giants. The under, Nats are 24-6 against NL West, 6-2 game 1 of the series. Look, I'm on the under. Jim and I are going head-to-head. I'm taking the second half under on that one as well, and I'm also taking the Nats on the second half, even though their lineup is definitely in trouble right now. A lot of great comments coming in.
Khalif Lee says Jimmy Columbus lost. Change your pick as if it's already happened, Khalif. You know what? I've watched this series. I've watched it. So I'm not. If I hadn't have watched it, I would say yes. I would take the Capitals. They're rolling right now, but the Jackets outplayed the Capitals in Game 5.
Yes.
And now they're at home, and it's basically a pick-em. I know now the Jackets have some money's moved on the Jackets, but I'm telling you, in this type of situation, if you take the home team that outplayed the team in the last game, at a pick-em, I think you'll overall be up units.
Did you on that Marketology show? Did you say that I'm doing well in NHL as well?
Of course.
Oh, you did. Okay, yes, nice, Jim. You got to look out for a brother, Jim. Dude, you got to look out for a brother.
You're a monster. You're dominating hockey.
Yes, I'm struggling here. JD the Third said Odorizzi will be fine. Throw the off-speed stuff to the middle of the lineup, and the Twins win. Go Twinkies.
Nice. Who said that?
JD the Third.
JD the Third. Yeah. Oh, we have a new commenter, and he's riding with me.
JD the Third's been around for a while. I've seen him. Yeah. Nice comments.
JD the Third.
Yes,
really?
Yes. I've seen him. Just because it's a cool name, JD the Third. He likes Odorizzi, which is you've been saying as well. Let's see. We're just going to Ziggy Balls Leans Twins tonight. Let's see. Once again, Native Queen. First 5 for all. Let's review those once again. Oh, and Native Queen also says to score first. Atlanta, Yankees, Cleveland, Angels. Native Queen likes Atlanta to score first. And to score first, Atlanta, Yankees, Cleveland, Angels. Let me look at this. Yankees at Atlanta. Yes, Atlanta makes sense. Yankees, yes, that makes sense. Unless Tanaka gives up 3 in the first inning, something like that. Angels, wow. Really? Really? Native Queen liking the Angels to score first over. I'd be interested to see what that is because the Angels are the road team, but they are facing Garrett Cole. And I'm going to check that right now. I'm going to check right now at Pinnacle what the line on that one would be. Very interesting shit there. Angels are a big underdog there. I'm guessing the Angels would be, I don't know, maybe plus 105 to score first, something like that. And then what was the other one that she said? I can't remember. What was the other one that she said? Atlanta, Yankees, Cleveland, Angels. Yes, and then Cleveland. Yeah, I mean, obviously that would be an obvious play. I'm assuming that's a massive line, though. Cleveland to score first, probably minus 180 or something. Let me find it, Jim. Any other analysis or comments while I look for these lines?
Yeah, Sean Wynn says Braves last 10 they played Mets, Philadelphia, and Nats. It's not like they've lost to scrub teams. They've been winning. Ulysses Hayes says, I love low lines. Let's go Atlanta. Gate Pass Key says Braves win 6-2-ish.
Okay, Cleveland to score first, exactly, minus 188. You know, I mean, if Carrasco comes in and goes 7 and gives you one run, that's probably a good bet. And then the Angels, minus 111. Wow, minus 111 to score first against Cole with Skaggs going.
That's an exciting...
interesting, and Native Queen likes it. Interesting. I got to start betting these, Jim. I have a feeling that we can get some nice, easy units on this one. Although,
I tell you what, it is so nice to see Twatty Latte in the comment. We didn't have him this morning.
Twatty Latte
God,
back?
I love the guy, man. He spent the weekend in Niagara Falls.
And his comment is one of his favorite comments to post. What's Pete talking about? Which is oftentimes quite an appropriate thing to post, I have to admit. All right, let's see other comments coming in, and then we'll decide if we want to add some picks, and then we will move on.
A1 Rawls, my man. A1 Rawls with me on that first 5 under in Atlanta, Cincinnati. Braves pitcher will stay solid. Fultonavich will stay solid. I agree. And Sal will pitch good at home. First 5 under. Love it.
Here you go. Native Queen. LA Angels have scored first in all of their road games. 10-0. Now, they haven't been going up against Garrett Cole in all their road games, but still. Wow. Excellent point there, Native Queen. I mean, Garrett Cole, he's not at Kluber level right now, but he is a guy you don't want to fuck with. You know what I'm saying?
It's clearly early in the year you don't want to fuck with, and he feels disrespected by the team that drafted him first overall, right?
Yeah.
First of all, he feels disrespected. So, I mean,
still, I could see us being like the Angels have scored in 10 out of their 11 road games, and the one time they didn't was because they were facing Garrett Cole, so we give them a pass on that. You know what I'm saying? I could see that kind of analysis coming up. But Native Queen, there you go. Native Queen liking the Angels. They've scored in all 10 of their road games so far, and Native Queen also liking Cleveland to score first, even at minus 188.
Wow. Yeah, it's a lot of juice, but, you know, she's winning. Alan Action likes the Orioles at plus 164. And I get it.
Darrell Dukes likes Indians, Braves, Seattle, Astros, Colorado. Okay.
Yeah. Todd Raymond, Dodgers, Miami, over 8. Over and over and over again. You know, I was thinking about that too. I was like, man, with these two youngsters on the mound, such a low total. Yeah. It's like, God, is that? But I mean, you have to think that they wanted Buehler to start against the Marlins. They want him to get confidence. They want him against the softest team. But, man, you know what? I think Todd Raymond might be bang on that play.
Here we go. Kobe Valentine, 80% of money on Atlanta. Line moved down, minus 130 to minus 117. Love Cincy. Cole is suspect to getting hit. I really like Angels also. Wow. Cole is definitely probably going to regress at some point relatively soon, right?
He has to. Yes.
King Rail says, I would turn up with y'all, but have the kids tonight. Wife works. Hey, we understand. King Rail's a family man. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
King Rail's I'm not a family. I can't even take care of myself. King Rail's a family man. Shout out to King Rail. We understand. Have a great night with your kids, King Rail. All right. And Khalif Lee, Marlins outright. You like that one?
Wow. Ballsy. Ballsy play. You know, I like, do I like the testing Buehler? Why not? Why not? I just wish the Marlins just had a bat or two in the lineup.
All right, so what do we want to do here, Jim? Do we want to add any plays on? Let's see. Atlanta, Cincinnati. I gave Atlanta on the second half. I'm leaning under with you as well. You're saying that this game is going to go off, and weirdly, the line has gotten, it was way down. Now it got bet back up a little bit, the total. I'm thinking about throwing on the total. Wow, yes, the total is, wow, it's headed up now. There are no 9s, but it's now 8.5 juice to the over. Very weird stuff there. All right, I'm going to hold off on that one. Minnesota Yankees. Jim took Minnesota on the big money line. And I'm thinking about, I don't know, once again, all these freaking Yankees games, anytime you throw a Yankees game with an 8.5, I'm thinking over. You know what I'm saying, Jim? I don't care if it's Tanaka. I don't care if it's Odorizzi.
If they're hanging an 8.5
in a Yankees game, I know the Yankees have a great bullpen, but you know what I'm saying, Jim?
I definitely know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. I absolutely know what you're saying.
All right, Cleveland and Baltimore. I'm thinking about, I guess I'd have a lean to the under, but I'll hold off on that one for now. Got to have a lean to the under on that one. And I don't know, I still don't want to take Cleveland here at minus 170. Oakland, Texas, Jim. You have anything to say about that one? You took Oakland on the money line. I took Oakland second half. I took Oakland -1. And, you wouldn't have to argue too hard to get me to triple up on this bitch and take Oakland on the first 5 innings team total over.
Yeah,
and actually, come to think of it, I'm a little bit surprised that Native Queen didn't include Oakland to score first as one of her picks. Minus 171. That might be part of it.
Man, sorry, there's some stuff going on our chat that I don't like, and that we have no patience for.
Okay.
But sorry, the A's, I expect Matt Moore to pitch like the veteran that he is. So the last 2 games, he started improving. I expected. I expected. This chat means just the world to Pete and I.
Yes.
And we have no patience for not caring about every single person in the chat, which means that you have to watch words that you say.
Yes. Did someone use a racist word?
Yes.
All right. That's not acceptable. Who used the racist word? That's not acceptable. All right. Tony Soprano. Is that it? Is that what people are talking about? Yeah. Tony Soprano. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. It's 2018. We got to respect everyone. We don't use racist terms on this channel. Right, Jim?
No. And you should be immediately kicked off. We're a family here. We're a team here.
Just we can't do it. We can't do it. What term do you use, monkey? Yeah, that's a racist term. That's a racist term. We can't do it.
Yeah, it's very, very bothersome.
Yeah, I don't have the ability to take care of anything in the chat here, but yeah, cool it out, guys. No racist terms, please. Thank you very much. That's a warning. And if people use racist terms, I think that's one thing we'll have to do we have to block people who use that, right?
Yeah. Tony should apologize.
Yeah.
Right now.
Tony should apologize, and we just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? 2018, not acceptable. Yes, you do have to respect everyone in 2018.
Rich Banks says, I'm not sure if he meant it like that, and I'm not sure if he meant it like that either. So let's just...
Everyone just apologize. I mean, no, Tony Soprano apologized, and let's move on. But yeah, racism is absolutely not tolerated in here. And people say, so that means that you guys are a PC, and my answer to that is, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yeah. That's what it is. Yes, that's right. That's right. Yes, that's absolutely. I said that before. People are like, so you don't accept people using racist terms in the chat? And I'm like, nope. Is everything cool?
You should apologize, set it straight. Apologize, set it straight, and we move on.
Yes. Okay. Or we can. It seems like. All right. I personally apologize for anyone who had a racist term directed towards them. And Ron Fig says we are family. And yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on here, Jim. Should we move on?
Yeah, we move on. But I'm just waiting to see his name and him to apologize.
All right. How about this? How about you watch the chat? And I will review NHL. I'll keep reviewing MLB just in case I want to throw a pick on, and then I'll look into NHL and NBA and review what our opinions were, and then we can get into some analysis there and see if you want to adjust or add to any of the opinions that you gave. All right, Jim?
Right.
All right. Let's see. Here we go. Once again, Oakland and Texas. Surprise, Native Queen did not give Oakland to score first. Looks to me to be roughly similar to the Cleveland-Baltimore game. In fact, I might like that one a little bit more, although Cahill obviously is a big question mark, whereas for Cleveland, Carrasco is solid. But Jim, likes the Oakland money line. I took Oakland on the second half. I took Oakland -1. Even though the second half play is avoiding Matt Moore, just feel like Oakland is a better offense overall here. So I took Oakland on that one. Angels in Houston, that's a pass for us, but Native Queen likes Angels to score first. Someone else, I forgot who it was, said they liked Angels as a big money line underdog. And of course, the big question is, when will Garrett Cole come crashing back down to earth? Could easily happen here. Skaggs, is a hittable lefty, but also can be good. Houston historically hits lefties very well. That's a tough one. I can certainly understand why someone would be liking the Angels, and the more I talk about it, listening to myself, I'm thinking the Angels might be worth a shot. The best line right now would be at the Greek, +183, and the best line for Houston right now would be -190 at Bet Online. Then Seattle and the White Sox, I did not look into that one with Fulmer as the new starter. San Diego, Colorado, no-brainer auto play from Jimmy the Bag on that one. San Diego -1, despite Mitchell going, who has been terrible this year. I took San Diego on the second half, and the more I think about it, I'm thinking that it's probably better value. If San Diego comes back and wins the second half, they probably wind up running away with it and cashing the -1.5 line. I have to think about that. Although I did see someone in the morning show say that they agree with the Coors fade theory you guys have been doing, but not in this spot. I forgot what his reasons were, but that was definitely something I remember seeing. Miami Dodgers, Garcia against Buehler. I'm going to look into that one. I was so busy this afternoon, I didn't have a chance to look into that one, and there was no overnight line. And once again, Washington, San Francisco, Jim and I going head-to-head on the total. Jim taking the over, I'm taking the under. I'm also taking the second half under, and I'm taking Washington on the second half money line. Jay Peach gave the opinion that the Washington bullpen is open ass. According to my numbers, I would disagree with that, but I think everyone agrees that San Francisco's bats are iffy as well. And King Rail and others have particularly pointed out that San Francisco tends to be not a good play in this spot for various reasons. How are you doing, Jimmy the Bag?
I'm doing okay.
You were thrown by that. Yeah, I hate that too. I hate. Look at all that. There was the fucking terrorist shit that happened in Toronto today. We got to have peace and love. You know what I'm saying? Dave Malinsky, passed away. So much sadness going on in the world. Avicii, Mini-Me. We got to love each other, Jim. You know what I'm saying? I
don't care about Avicii or Mini-Me.
No?
No. But, no, I care about us as a group and as a team moving forward. And yeah, so let's just move forward as a group. Okay, well, maybe I need to switch sports, man. Maybe I need to switch sports.
Okay. Let's move on to NHL. Once again, very interesting games tonight in the NHL. Boston and Toronto. It's a game 6. This one is very tough to break down. I could see this one being tight scoring early and exploding late. I could see this one being 2-1 after the first period and then no score in the second period. That one is really tough. Washington, Columbus, though. Jim did take Columbus, and I took Columbus on the first period. It is a 5.5, and someone, I forgot who it was, but someone said in these elimination games, Pete, and he addressed it to me, don't take the unders because these teams start to shoot and throw everything, the kitchen sink or whatever, at the goalies, and you tend to see a lot more scoring in elimination games, is what he said.
I thought that was such a sharp point.
Yeah.
And I forget the guy's name who's talked about how game 4s, everything becomes tighter checking. Man, I count myself as someone who knows this league inside and out, but my God, those were very, very, very good points. So yes, I'm not taking any unders. I'm worried about that. I'm also worried about teams being down 2 goals, pulling the goalie very early.
Yes.
Teams being down 3 goals, being down 4-1, pulling the goalie with 3.5 or 4 minutes left.
So the picks that we have given, I gave Columbus first period -107. Jim gave Columbus on the money line at -105, and that line has jumped, Jim. Nice job there. 10-cent line move. Beat 10-cent line move. The best line you could get now to be -115. Jim got -105. Nice job there. I think that's a pretty telling line move. I took Columbus early as well. Boston, Toronto. That line has moved a little bit in Toronto's favor. I don't remember exactly where it was in the morning, but Boston's still a favorite. But yeah, there you go. It was about not really actually. It was about +108. It opened on the overnight line at about +115. Now they're down to about you wager as +110. So but at 365. Wow, BetMania minus 101. BetMania, once again, if you want to sign up at BetMania, use the description link in the use the link in the description box in this video. And we're doing a new promotion with BetMania. We're seeing who might want to sign up for them. They have reduced juice on NHL and NBA playoffs, which is very nice. 10-cent dime lines in MLB, very nice. And you know, a good book that we're promoting now, Jim. And they right now are more strongly in favor of Toronto than anyone. They're the only one hanging a minus 101. Everyone else is at least at plus 100.
Wow.
So BetMania taking a lead on Toronto here.
Yeah, I get it. Babcock with last line change. I just feel like the Bruins are a better hockey team. They're bigger, and they have more veteran. Well, I shouldn't say veteran leadership. They're bigger, and they're older. Now the Leafs have that high end talent that can change a game in a second, and not that Marchand can't, but the Leafs. You know, with Austin Matthews and Nylander, they have guys that can change the game very quickly. Now you got Nazem Kadri back, and he's upset for being suspended. He's stepping up his play. You got Babcock with last line change. Saying all this, I'm uncomfortable putting my money on either side. Okay. Al Mack, who will be at the ACC tonight, says he can't believe the Bruins aren't dogs. And I get it. I mean, and that's part of the reason, if I went with the same ideology, it's part of the reason why I'm taking the Jackets to win tonight. I mean, if it's a pick 'em, I'll take the home team.
You don't care about Avicii and Mini-Me? No. Excuse me?
I mean, I care about human beings.
Excuse me?
I care about human beings, and I care about people. But I mean, yeah, there's a lot of dark shit going on right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of dark shit.
This YouTube chat and this fucking show is supposed to be a beacon of fucking light.
Exactly, it's supposed to be a beacon of light, and there's a lot of dark shit going on in the world. And trust me on this one, it's going to get worse. That's a lock. Next 10 years, it's going to get worse in the world. So this might be one of the few beacons of lights that maintains. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Well, yes, it will. This will fucking maintain.
Yes.
This is all I fucking got is this show and this fucking chat. So
you think the world is bad now? Check in 2025. Check in 2025. Let's meet then. Let's see. What else do we have? Jimmy the Bag. All right, so Columbus, Washington. You're taking Columbus. The market has agreed with you. I guess it's tempting to take a shot with maybe an over here. What do you think about that?
Yeah,
maybe.
They're hanging a 5.5, right?
Yeah, 5.5.
It's very, very tempting.
Yes. Drunk Conversation says Bruins 4-1. JK says Pete Sunshine Loshak. Who is JK? That's funny as hell. Oh, let's see. Yes, what else do we have here going on? SJ Shark Ruiz. What's up, SJ Shark Ruiz? Let's see.
Swati Latte says the only lock is he's not having sex tonight. Damn.
That's not that's a lock, not the lock. All right, it's like how there's many kings in this chat. There are many locks regarding my life. All right, let's see. What else do we have, Jim? You want to add any plays to the NHL card?
No, I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. But you know what? That over in Capitals Jackets, I'm not going to take it. No, I
certainly tempting.
Certainly tempting. No question. If I was given a free play on a total, I think but not huge. Like it's not a heavy lean to the over. I had 6 days that started this month after a really nice March. I had 6 days started this month where I got absolutely destroyed, and I've almost caught up. So I was down $4,100 in 6 days.
Wow!
And now I'm only down $700 in April. So I've got $3,400 of that back, and I've got to be really sharp here and really smart here to get back in the black. And so I really like my plays in the NHL and NBA. And
let's move on. Jim loves his plays in the NBA. He has Houston minus 2.5 on the first half. A lot of people in the morning show were saying they liked that one, and everyone that I saw who said they liked Minnesota, they were all in the full game. I didn't see anyone saying Minnesota first half, not one person. A lot of people saying they like Minnesota, but on the full game, a lot of people, including King Rail and including Dan Kelly and including a few others, saying that they really liked Houston on the first half. That is Jim's play as well. Jim and I also took OKC first quarter plus 1.5, and I took the first quarter under 53.5. That is mostly predicated on, of course, Russell Westbrook getting a little bit embarrassed, giving up a triple-double. Most of Ricky Rubio's triple-doubles came against Westbrook, and he has said that he's going to clamp down. Now, will he be able to do that whole game? maybe not. But if he is going to have success with that, likely to come early. And so we both took OKC on the first quarter, and I took the first quarter under as well, 53.5.
Yeah, I really like, to be honest with you, I almost wish I'd have maybe taken just the Rockets first quarter. First half, I just liked them a lot. I liked them a lot early. The Timberwolves have shown a ton of heart, and we expected them to. When you got guys like Jimmy Buckets and Taj Gibson on your team, God, Gibson's just the heart and soul of that team, and he's been there for, 4 or 5 months, and these are character guys. So Almac says, I like Minnesota +6. I get it. I get it. My hat's on.
Almac likes Minnesota +6. Really. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking about this one. I've been open, from the day one that I've been doing videos that NBA is my worst sport. Although ironically, when I started handicapping, it was my best sport. I think I got the especially with totals. I think the lines got a lot sharper. And I don't know about this one. Obviously, the 2 games in Houston went under. The last game in Minnesota went soaring over. I mean, is Minnesota in the regular season was a big overtrender at home. Yeah. Do you think that we're going to see the same thing here, or is it going to slow down a little bit?
I think that might be another really sharp play. The over.
The over, you think?
Well, I mean, I think that the Rockets are going to take. I think the Rockets are going to hit 23 pointers today, and they're going to win the 3-point war. And if they do that, now.
Chris Paul just loves to slow the shit down, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm not taking over. Yeah. I really like where I stand with my 3 plays.
Yeah.
I really like it. Jive Man, let's see what he has to say. He says, Taj, Rose, and Butler have been with Thibodeau for years in the playoffs, too. They play tough. Cody AV likes Utah. Ulysses Hayes says Utah will take both games at home. Interesting. Jay Peach, not only does he love open ass comments, but he likes Minnesota +6, Utah -4.5. I get it, and that's why I went early.
Yeah.
I'm fine. That could happen. I could still easily hit both my bets.
Mr. Gogster likes Rockets game first half over.
Yeah.
Okay.
My man Dante Higgs, I like Rockets first half, Jim. Let's get it. Melee Pele say Rockets roll. The GOAT says Rockets big win tonight.
Fuzz Logic asking, what's the NHL plays? I don't see him on Twitter. Well, Jim and I are both passing on the Boston game, and we're both taking the Jackets. Jim's taking them full game. I'm taking them first period.
I got -110 with my local. I got -105 here, line shopping.
Yeah.
Cody says, Jimmy, do you like first half much more than full game for Rockets? I do. I do. I watched the Wolves-Rockets game, and what I saw was a team with heart, and they could do a lot of different things. Now that they're healthy, and obviously Teague outplayed Chris Paul. I don't really those 2 things I don't expect happening again. But I saw a team with a ton of heart playing their first playoff game in 14 years at home in front of their own fans, and I'm not going to fade them full game.
Kobe Valentine, I can see Pete and Jimmy doing this show as 90-year-olds in a retirement home with nurses holding oxygen tanks, helping them spew their picks and stats and banter. LOL. That would be my friggin' dream. If I knew that was a fact, I would be home free in life.
I would be on my 3rd liver.
Oh, my God.
I don't think it's going to happen.
You mean I'm not going to be homeless when I'm 65? Wow. Yes, let's do it. I'm happy to be doing this.
If I only capped pro sports, Yeah. I could live a long, healthy life. I could.
Yes.
But it's the addition of college sports that just fucking destroyed me this year. It's just so many games, so hard. I'm already starting to get panicky about college football season.
But you don't have to bet it or give picks on it.
What am I supposed to do? Just sit here and watch you?
We'll find something. We'll find a way. We'll find something to do. We'll work it out, Jim. Don't worry about it. We'll work some shit out, Jim. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. No, I agree. I agree with you. It is a little bit too much for one man to process efficiently. Maybe we'll gather information and comments from a team of commenters on Twitter or the chat box, and some professional handicappers who will send us comments.
If we could get certain guys to cover certain conferences,
right,
and then send in a clip that we can put on our show,
and then all we have to do is listen.
And that would help so much, you guys. I know my dad's going to do the Pac-12, and he'll send in clips. But that doesn't mean we should only have one guy in the Pac-12. If we could have somebody taking care of each conference.
Yes.
I think we need more people. I think we need more low baggers sending in clips.
I mean, if we really want to turn this into the best sports betting show in the world, which is possible.
Yes.
Right now, it's not even top 15. But if we want to turn this into the best sports betting show in the world, we could do that. We could fucking do that with soccer and cricket and other sports as well. Jimmy the Bag, we could do this. It's going to take a little bit of organization.
And we need these guys, our guys here on the chat to send in.
Yes.
Send in clips.
It's going to take a little organization.
Yes.
It's going to take a little bit of planning.
Yes.
But we can do it.
We
can turn this into the top sports betting show around today, bar none, in the entire world. Right now, we're about like top 30. You know what I'm saying?
I do. And I know it's with these guys bringing in their... imagine if Dan Kelly sent us in his basketball picks in the clip.
Unbelievable. All we got to do is just get a little bit more organized, and then it'll be awesome. And Ziggy Ball says, just skip the college games. I mean, we could do that. We don't want to. We can't skip college. But we'll handle it in a way that we don't wind up hemorrhaging units left and right. Okay, Jim?
Well, you know what? If I didn't have the NCAA record on my card this year,
you'd be a fucking.
I'd be,
you'd be like, what is this? Billy Walters' record? Whose record is this?
I would be extremely. But it was just too much, and I've got to do it better next year. And the way to do it better is to give these guys a voice, give our cappers a voice. I know it's going to take a lot of work, but man.
Cody AV says, in my opinion, it's already top 5. Cody AV, I was kidding. The assumption is it's the best one in the world. What do you mean it's already top? What? Name 4 others that are better, Cody AV. The hell are you talking about? The reason what I said was a joke is because the assumption is we're obviously hands down, no question, no brainer, number 1. Who else is above us, Cody AV? I'd like to know now.
Now I'm pissed off, Cody AV.
No, I'm not pissed off. I'm just surprised. I'd like to know. I'd like to know.
PRC publicist and co. That's our guy from Haiti. He says I suggest each show in football season find someone in each conference. Bring him or her by phone. I don't think by phone. I think if we can get it sent in early, and then we can just because we got great guys.
Yes.
Like we got Ariel right back here doing our thing. We got Larry. We got guys who can do this. We got Johan. We got Wanma.
Yes. Let's see what else. Glenn Kelly says rugby and rugby league. Pete, I have not actually done too much looking into rugby in my entire life. If I could, I would love to become an expert in cricket and esports and actually lacrosse, just because Mohammed Joma suggested it. But I have looked into cricket and esports a little bit. Obviously, golf and tennis I have handicapped as well. Golf I love. But yeah, let's see. What else do we have? Other comments coming in. Other comments coming in, Jim.
Major key alert thinks Russ is going to have a triple-double. Now, he could have a triple-double. They could still lose. So, the Russell Westbrook is the best player on the floor. So we're dealing with this in the same thing in the Bucks Celtics series. Russell Westbrook's the best player on the floor, but the Jazz have a better team, which I think is happening with the Bucks series, where Antetokounmpo is the best player on the floor, but I think the Celtics have a better team. So, Russ could pull off a triple-double in one man.
Let's see. Esports could be easy money, says Kevy K. Yes, I want to look into that one. -110 Nostra Toto. Folty is flirting 100 miles on the gun. Very, very nice. Other comments. Drunk
miles.
Conversation likes Bruins, Jackets, Houston, Utah. Don't overthink this. Okay. Is that overthinking it? Because if I wasn't overthinking it, I would think Leafs, Jackets, Houston, OKC.
That's what he's on?
No, he's on Bruins, Jackets, Houston, Utah. Don't overthink this. If I wasn't overthinking it, I would be on Leafs, Jackets, Houston, OKC.
I hear that. I couldn't bet on OKC to win this game, but I can believe in Russell Westbrook for 12 minutes.
Yes. No, I'm just kidding around, Cody AV. Cody AV, that was a very funny comment when you said, and I just went for the joke. The joke was sitting right there on a tee, so I smashed it. Anytime someone puts a joke up there on a tee in front of me, I'm usually going to hit it out of the park. And so when you said it's already top 5, it was just, you understand, in my comedian brain, I was like, bam, the joke is there. I'm going to bash it. Hey, not bad, right, Jim?
Great stuff. And we love Cody AV.
Jim's a professional. I got some comedy chops, Jim, right? Did you notice that? Have you noticed that yet, Jim?
For sure you do.
All right. Okay.
You're the funny guy on the show. I'm the straight man. Hey, they just like my breakdowns, man. You're the laughs. I'm the breakdowns.
Thank God I have that, because it justifies my picks, which are a little bit less than what I would want them to be. All right, let's see some other comments coming in here. Grabaka Mech says Carmelo sucks bad. They can thank him for losing their last one. Dante Higgs says OKC wins too much heart.
I don't know if heart really matters enough at this point. This Jazz team had what I guess the Rockets were like a half game better than them or something down the stretch. I mean, this is a very good team against an OKC team that played below expectations all season long. Right? I mean, it's fair to say it was all season long.
Yeah.
So I mean, Carmelo is I mean, it's easy to trash him. He's not a good basketball player anymore. But Paul George can step up and drop 40.
There you go, Native Queen adding Oakland to score first. Right now, minus 171. Very interesting that she's doing that. Yeah, I looked at that one and I was like, why would you not like that one? It's just, I guess if you expect Moore to continue to get a lot of swinging strikes and Cahill to come in and regress from his first start, which I would expect, but I just feel like Moore, you just can't trust him.
Yeah.
Native Queen adding Oakland to score first right now, minus 171 at Pinnacle.
Yeah, and...
oh, shit. Ron Fig says, you're funny, Feet, but looks aren't everything. Oof. Nice one. Nice one.
King Rail is on the Rockets first as well. Oh, first to 15, excuse me. Rockets first to 15. I wonder what the odds, what will you get with that?
On what?
Rockets first to 15.
Oh, I don't even. That I'm sure is a. Let me see. Which book would have that? Which
Bet365 will have that.
Bet365 will have that. Why don't you check that one, Jimmy the Bag, while I read comments. By the way, the reason we're reading comments and having a little bit of fun right now is because we've handicapped the entire card, and this will happen when the card is very low.
Smaller.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna while Jim looks into that one, which is certainly interesting. Jive Man says Oakland team total over seems decent too. Yeah, to me seems that seems like a no-brainer.
It might be a no-brainer because I was saying before this past series with the Red Sox that we should just blindly take the overs.
And I would. There were a bunch of times when I said like the Yankees team total over in some game that we were looking at was a no-brainer play. I didn't take it, and it would turn out to be totally a no-brainer play. That does feel like a no-brainer play. It really does, Jim.
It does, yeah.
Oakland team total over. I mean, seems like a no-brainer play.
What do we do with Matt Moore? Is he a veteran that's going to that those first two games were just him getting comfortable, or is it easy to pitch to the Rays? I mean, the Twins had a tough time doing it in the last series.
But I'm just saying, even if Moore is okay, even if Moore comes in and he's good, it's still not a loser. You can do it in the bullpen, right?
What's the team total over?
It'd be 5 at like minus 120 or something like that. Rangers have a mid-range bullpen as of right now, according to my personal rankings here.
I'm going to stick with what I have, A's money line. Sorry, the Bet365 has raised to 20s, not raised to 15s, raised to 20s. Rockets are minus 165.
Okay.
And the Thunder, if you wanted them, are just plus 110. Plus 110. A lot of juice here. Jazz minus 150.
Yeah. You got to be careful when you bet some of these props because a lot of times you are getting 20-cent lines, but if you start getting up to 40-cent lines, you can still have bets with value, but it gets tougher. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a cat and mouse game. The reason they offer those odds with those props is because they know they are a lot more beatable by people like Native Queen and others. You know
Definitely. And look at Plus Money dropping some really interesting ideas. NBA props, Harden double-double plus 150, Harden triple-double plus 750. Interesting plays.
Yes, Mr. Gokster 99 says, Pete, when do you start breaking down tomorrow's card? If my depression issues are all in order, bam, as soon as I get home. If not, later on tonight or tomorrow morning. Let's see, what else do we have here? Other comments coming in. Yes. Magzia says the best in Rockets is first half minus 2.5. Jim loves that play.
I do. I love both my basketball plays. I hate saying that because it for whatever reason it just never seems to equate to cash. But I would say those are the two plays I like the best on the whole card.
Observer says Yankees game looks so tempting to take the over. Yes, obviously. Any 8.5 in a Yankees game, you're like, what?
Yeah, and we may come back tomorrow and find that the A's team total over and the Yankees full game over was just ridiculously easy plays that we should have made.
And that's the thing is I don't want to. I could triple up on it. I could triple up on it, but I don't want to. I mean, if the A's team total over cashes, probably, I either cash the second half or the full game or something like that.
Al Max, I love following him on Twitter and hanging with him. He'll be at the ACC tonight. He's been killing it with this prop.
Which one?
This prop, biggest lead over. And he's been taking it. It's usually 15 or 15.5. He's been taking it in every game. In basketball games.
Oh, yes.
Biggest lead over 15, usually 15.5. And he's been hitting with it. Seems like As soon as he started hammering it for the last 5 or 6 days, he hit him every day.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I mean they have those kind of props like for the Super Bowl, a lot of NFL games, and those can have great value as well. So what kinds of picks has he been betting? Biggest lead over? Is he betting unders or overs?
No, over the biggest lead over. Mm-hmm. And it was, we've seen big leads in the series. It's been working for him.
We got to look into those maybe, Jim, because Jim, if we want to take any of those props, I'm going to start tracking the first inning scores and first teams to score and stuff like that. If you want to throw on player props, if you want to throw on biggest lead over, if you want to throw on team to score first and all that shit, those will go on our record. And if you start cashing, pick in and pick out, you'll start stacking units. On the other hand,
he went 7-2 since Friday with taking the over in all those games for
Danksy says esport bet for Tuesday, CS:GO Star Series Rogue Moneyline against Luminosity.
Oh Jesus!
Wow,
where is that?
Danksy's esport bet for Tuesday, CS:GO Star Series Rogue Moneyline against Luminosity. Yes, I would like to start learning because I did do some cursory research into how to handicap esports, and it seemed. First of all, it seemed a little bit tough because it's a little bit like there's a big field, so it's a little bit like golf. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just not exactly sure what it is that is predictive and what's not. Interesting shit here, but I'm definitely gonna start to look into it a little bit more this summer when I have more time. King Rail asking for some draft props. I know there's people who bet that, and I'm sure there's value that can be found. I'm passing.
I was reading some of the draft plays too. How long do we have before the draft now?
I don't remember. It's coming up. It's coming up pretty soon, but I don't even, I tend not to, if there's something that I'm not going to look into, I just don't even pay attention to it,
I've not bet the draft props before, but I'll take a look into it.
Okay. Let's see.
Almax says the number is 17 for that lead over, and he's taking on both games.
Really?
And that line right now has gone up, right? Because I believe you were getting like 15.5 or something before, so people have been making money on that, obviously.
17. See, my thought is when I look at the Utah OKC game, my sense is that's going to be a pretty close game throughout. You know what I'm saying? I mean, is OKC going to get blown out? I don't think so. Is OKC gonna, rack up a 20-point lead? Possibly, but hard to imagine. You know what I'm saying? They're just not that good.
Yeah, they're just. Donovan Mitchell is playing like a superstar, and then you have the best defender in the league in the paint, and then you have Rubio playing like we always imagined he could play like. So,
but on the other hand, I feel like Oklahoma City's going to fight this one till the end, especially Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? If Westbrook goes for 30 seconds dogging it, he's gonna get pissed off and start giving 110% once again.
But Rubio's a very smart guy, and so I expect him to understand Westbrook's going to be on him and to figure out how to utilize that. I'm very excited about this game, and I really like. I really like the Thunder first half quarter because I believe in Russell Westbrook, and when he says that he will shut that shit off. If I was Ruby, I wouldn't be concerned at all, right? But I think he will follow through with that.
Oh, my God. No, -110 Nostra Tota saying, soft lines, Pete. We're going to hit Mexican and Korean reverses. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Not only that, but my man Nostra, the Coors Field Fade, which has been a great success. Actually, Twatty was saying that you have a squirrel named Coors Fade in your treehouse. But it's been great success. So he's now looking at stadiums in Mexico and in Korea to see if he can find the same type of thing.
Oh, man. I mean, if we started actually handicapping, Korean and Mexican baseball, would people be interested in that? I mean, I started talking about curling and ice dancing, and people were losing their minds, like, clicking off the video. You know what I'm saying, Jim? Like, if we start talking about, like, maybe if we said that we were only going to dedicate like 2 minutes each to something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. But I have. It's just there's so much work.
There really is.
It's so much work, and if Nostra's going to do that work for us, I prefer him just sitting in film.
All right. Well, the games are about to start once again. Jim, did you add any plays?
No,
you didn't. Jim added no plays. I added no plays as well. And, I probably should be listening. Listen once in your life, Peter, and go on Houston first half with you, right, Jim? You love that one.
I do. I like it.
Love it.
And just back one quick touch on the stuff. And I've been following. Almac's been crushing Asian baseball lately.
Really?
Yeah, crushing it. And I've been following. He's up 14 units this year in Asian baseball.
Well, where does he get his research from? Like English language papers, or does he like keep stats that he just?
He has he has his model. He puts it in.
Okay. Wow. So he does. So he doesn't even do any research. It's all stat based.
I believe it's all stat based, but I shouldn't say he's not. To me, he's not doing research. I believe it's all stat based. I'd have to find out more.
Crushing Asian baseball.
Crushing it.
Up 14 units.
Yeah.
How long has the season been going on?
As far as I know, he's been making these bets for 3 weeks.
Oh man. All right, I'm going to. What the hell? I'll join you, Jim. I'm just going to mush your pick here. I'm going to take Houston first half -2.5, -107. Sure, what the hell? I'll go on that one with you. How about that, Jim?
King Rail says you can't compare Korean baseball to ice dancing.
Okay, all right. So I guess people would like us to handicap like Japanese baseball and shit.
Well, you know what? It's now in this time of the season, we probably can add a sport or two because it's starting to get easier. But man, Al Mack will start sending in videos. Man, we got to get these guys sending in videos.
Yeah, that would be awesome. All right, I guess let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up on this comment. Radre77. Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, Loshak. Appreciate you guys. Best show. Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern time.